Bimi, 26 years old male. Work as a junior architect at a mid-sized firm in the city. Decent pay but long hours and high stress, living in a comfortable two-bedroom apartment downtown. Share the place with a roommate named Elena, 25 years old female, works in digital marketing and event planning. We met 2 years ago through a mutual friend when I was desperate for a place to live. Relationship has always been strictly platonic. She pays her rent on time and washes her dishes. We share subscriptions and occasionally order Thai food on Friday nights. She dates guys, I date girls, we debrief in the kitchen over coffee. It is the perfect, low-maintenance living arrangement, or at least it was until 3 weeks ago. Come home on a Tuesday evening around 7. Absolutely exhausted from a site visit that went wrong, covered in drywall dust and holding a bag of takeout burgers, unlock the door and walk into the living room. Elena is sitting on the couch with her laptop open. She looks visibly panicked. Hair is messy and she is wearing an oversized sweatshirt. I notice she is on a video call. I wave silently to let her know I am home and head toward the kitchen. Suddenly she shouts out loud, "Oh look, babe is finally home." I freeze in my tracks. Babe, she has never called me that in 2 years. I turn around slowly, confused. She is making frantic eyes at me. She gestures wildly toward the laptop screen. I walk over, still holding the grease-stained burger bag. On the screen are two older people looking back at me, a man with graying hair and a woman with a very stern expression. "Hey," I say, voice cracking slightly. "Julian, come say hi to my parents," Elena says with a terrifyingly bright smile. She pats the empty spot on the sofa next to her. I sit down, dust and all. "So this is the famous Julian," the father says. His voice is deep and skeptical. "We have heard so much about you," the mother adds. "Nice to meet you, sir, ma'am," I manage to say. "Elena was just telling us how you two are planning the itinerary for our visit next week," the mother says. My brain stops working. "Visit, next week." "Right," I say, looking at Elena. "The visit." "Yeah, babe, I was just explaining how excited we are," Elena says, grabbing my hand. Her hand is clammy and shaking slightly. She squeezes my fingers hard enough to cut off circulation. "We can't wait to see you," I lie. We chat for another 5 minutes about the weather and my job. Finally, they say goodbye and hang up. The screen goes black. Elena drops my hand and buries her face in a pillow. She screams into the cushion for a solid 10 seconds. I open a burger and take a bite. "Care to explain why I am suddenly your boyfriend?" I ask. She lifts her head, looking miserable. "I am so sorry, Julian. My sister just got engaged last week. My mom called today and started lecturing me about how I am the only one alone. She started asking about my ex, Nathan, the one who stole money from me. I panicked. I told them I was seeing someone wonderful. I told them it was serious. And then they asked to see a picture and I didn't have one, so I said you just walked in." She looks at me with wide, pleading eyes. "They are coming to stay for 5 days. Starting next Friday." I chew my burger slowly. "Elena, this is insane. I know. We are roommates. I know. Your parents are going to figure it out in 5 minutes." "No, they won't," she insists, sitting up. "You are charming. We get along great. We know everything about each other already. Please, Julian, my dad has heart issues, and if he thinks I am alone and miserable, he will stress out. Just for 5 days. I will pay your half of the rent for the month." I pause. Rent in this city is extortionate. Half a month of rent is a lot of money. I look at her. She is actually crying a little bit now, purely out of stress. I sigh, feeling the weight of the bad decision landing on my shoulders. "Fine, but we need ground rules." She jumps up and hugs me. Thank you, you are saving my life." "Rule number 1, I say, pushing her back gently. "No overacting, we keep it chill." "Rule number 2, I continue. "Where are they staying?" "In my room," she says. "I have the bigger bed." "Okay, so where are you sleeping?" She bites her lip. "Well, if we are a serious couple living together, we would be sleeping in the same room. Silence fills the apartment. I have an air mattress, I suggest. My mom snoops, she says. If she sees an air mattress in your room or the living room, the jig is up. We have to share your room. I can sleep on the floor in a sleeping bag. Fine, I say. But this is going to be a long week. Fast forward to the preparation phase. The next few days are a blur of domestic theater. We have to couple-proof the apartment. This means hiding the evidence of our separate lives. We move her toiletries into my bathroom. We rearrange the books on the shelves to look more integrated. She puts a framed photo of us from a Halloween party on the mantle. In the photo, I am dressed as a vampire and she is a witch. We look drunk and happy. It is convincing enough. We spend 2 nights studying each other. It feels like studying for a final exam. What is my favorite color? She asks. Emerald green, I answer without looking up from my laptop. What is the name of my first pet? A golden retriever named Buster. Good. Now me, I say. What is my biggest fear? Failure, she says instantly. I look at her. I was going to say heights, but that works too. She smiles softly. I know you better than you think, Julian. That comment lingers in the air for a moment. It feels surprisingly intimate. I shake it off. Strictly business. Strictly for the rent money. Friday arrives. I leave work early to meet them at the apartment. I am wearing a nice button-down shirt and clean jeans. Alina is wearing a floral dress I have never seen before. She looks beautiful. I rarely think of her that way because she is just my roommate, but today she looks like a girlfriend. The doorbell rings. Game time, she whispers. She grabs my hand. Her palm is warm this time, not clammy. I squeeze back reassuringly. We got this, I whisper. She opens the door. Mom, Dad, hugs are exchanged. Her father, Robert, is a tall man with a firm grip. He shakes my hand and looks me up and down. Good to meet you in person, Julian. You too, Robert. Her mother, Linda, pulls me into a hug immediately. Oh, he is handsome, she whispers loudly to Alina. Alina blushes. Come in, let me take your bags. We get them settled in Alina's room. Then we move to the kitchen to start dinner. Cooking together is something we do occasionally, but usually it is separate tasks. Tonight we have to move like a unit. I chop vegetables while she manages the sauce. Her parents sit at the dining table watching us with hawk eyes. So, how long have you two been officially together? Linda asks. I freeze for a microsecond. 6 months, Alina says quickly. But we were friends for a long time before that, I add. The best relationships start that way, Linda says warmly. So who made the first move? Robert asks. This was not on our study sheet. I look at Alina. She looks at me. I did, I lie smoothly. We were watching a movie on the couch. It was raining outside. I just looked at her and realized I didn't want to be just her roommate anymore. Alina looks at me with genuine surprise. It is a good line. I improvised it, but it sounded true. Aw, Linda coos. Alina smiles and her cheeks turn a legitimate shade of pink. Yeah, she says softly. He is very romantic when he wants to be. I feel a strange stir in my chest. Ignore it. Act the part. That night is the first real hurdle. Bedtime. We say goodnight to her parents. We walk into my bedroom and close the door. Lock it. We both let out a massive exhale. You were amazing out there, she whispers. The movie story, genius. I try, I say, taking off my watch. Okay, sleeping arrangements. I pull a sleeping bag out of the closet. I will take the floor. Julian, don't be ridiculous, she says. The floor is hard wood. We are adults. It is a queen-sized bed. We can just stay on our own sides. I hesitate. Sharing a bed feels like crossing a Rubicon, but I am also exhausted and my back hurts from work. Fine. Wall of pillows in the middle. Wall of pillows, she agrees. We get changed. I turn my back while she changes into pajamas. She wears a matching silk set, which is not her usual oversized t-shirt. She is really committing to the role. We climb into bed, lights out, lying there in the dark. I can hear her breathing. I can smell her shampoo. Lavender and vanilla, it is a very nice smell. Julian, she whispers. Yeah, Thanks for doing this. No problem. Good night, Alina. I stare at the ceiling for an hour. Trying not to move, trying not to think about the fact that a beautiful woman is 6 inches away. Eventually, I fall asleep. Day 2 and 3 go smoothly. We take her parents sightseeing. We go to the museum, the park, the nice Italian restaurant downtown. The physical contact becomes second nature. I hold her hand when we walk down the street. I put my hand on the small of her back when we guide her through crowds. At the restaurant, she steals a fry off my plate and feeds it to me. It feels nice, too nice. On Sunday afternoon, we are all sitting in the living room. Robert is watching football. Alina is reading a book, her head resting on my shoulder. My arm is around her. It is not a performance anymore. It is just comfortable. I find myself stroking her arm with my thumb, subconsciously. I realize I am doing it and stop. She shifts slightly and grabs my hand, laces her fingers through mine. She doesn't let go. My heart rate picks up. Does she know I am not acting right now, or is she just a really good actress? Later that evening, her mom pulls me aside in the kitchen. Alina is in the shower. Robert is dozing on the couch. Julian, can I ask you something? Linda asks. Of course. She looks serious. Alina has had a hard time. Her last boyfriend was a nightmare. He made her feel very small. I have not seen her this happy in years. Please promise me you will take care of her. I look at this woman. She loves her daughter so much. Guilt hits me like a freight train. I am lying to her face, but I also realize something else. I want to take care of Alina, not because of the lie, but because I care. I promise, Linda, I say. I am not going anywhere. She pats my cheek. Good man. The turning point happens on Tuesday night, the last night before they leave. We decide to open a few bottles of wine, celebrate a successful trip. Everyone is laughing and telling stories. The alcohol loosens us up. Alina is sitting on my lap on the armchair because there wasn't enough room on the sofa. Her arm is draped around my neck. She is laughing at something her dad said. She looks down at me, her eyes are sparkling. Her face is flushed from the wine. For a moment the room disappears. It is just her and me. She leans in close. Having fun, she whispers. Her breath tickles my ear. Yeah, I say. Actually, I am. She smiles and rests her forehead against mine. It is an intimate gesture, deeply intimate. Her parents are right there, but they are busy arguing playfully about politics. Alina's thumb traces the line of my jaw. I feel electricity shoot down my spine. This is dangerous. Later, we go to bed. The pillow wall has degraded over the last few nights. Tonight, we don't even bother building it. We lie down in the dark. The wine is still buzzing in my head. They leave tomorrow, she says in the dark. Her voice sounds sad. Yeah, we pulled it off. We did. Silence. It was kind of nice, she says quietly. Being a couple, my heart hammers against my ribs. Yeah, I say. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. She shifts closer. Her hand finds mine under the covers. Julian, yeah, what if? She trails off. What if what? Never mind, she says. She rolls over, facing away from me. But she keeps holding my hand. I lie there awake. I want to tell her. I want to say, what if we didn't stop? But I am a coward. And I value our friendship too much. If I make a move and she is just acting, it gets weird. I lose my roommate. I lose my best friend, so I say nothing. I squeeze her hand and fall asleep. Wednesday morning, the parents leave. We drive them to the airport, tearful goodbyes. Linda hugs me tighter than she hugs Alina. Come visit us soon, she says. We will, I promise. We watch them walk through security, then we walk back to the car. The drive home is silent, heavy silence. We get back to the apartment. It feels empty. The energy has shifted. We are just roommates again. Well, Alina says, dropping her keys on the counter. Mission accomplished. Thanks again, Julian, really. I will transfer the rent money tonight. She avoids eye contact. She looks exhausted and kind of defeated. Don't worry about the money, I say. A deal is a deal, she says firmly. She goes into her room, closes the door. I stand in the living room alone. I feel like I just went through a breakup, but we were never together. The next week is hell. The dynamic in the apartment is broken. We are awkward around each other. We don't order takeout. She spends a lot of time in her room. I stay late at the office to avoid the silence. I meet my friend Marcus for drinks on Friday. I tell him everything. You idiot, Marcus says, shaking his head. What? She likes you? No, she was acting. Bro, I have known Alina for years. She is a terrible actress. If she seemed like she was in love with you, it is because she is. You think, I know, you need to tell her how you feel. What if you are wrong, then you move out and find a new place? Great advice, thanks, but Marcus is right. I can't live like this. I miss her, not just as a roommate, I miss holding her hand. I miss waking up next to her. I decide to do something about it. I go home early. I stop at the store on the way. I buy ingredients for dinner, not takeout. I am going to cook. I buy a bottle of the wine we drank that night. I get home and start cooking. She comes home at 6. She looks tired. She sees the table set, candles, wine. The smell of risotto filling the apartment. She stops at the door. What is this? She asks. Is someone coming over? Should I stay in my room? No, I say, it is for us. She looks confused. She drops her bag and walks over. Julian, the parents are gone. We don't have to do this anymore. I know, I say. I walk around the island to stand in front of her. My hands are shaking. I don't want to do it for them. I want to do it for us. She stares at me. Her eyes search my face. What are you saying? I am saying that I hated this last week. I hated going back to being just roommates. I liked holding your hand. I liked you falling asleep on my shoulder, and I don't want to pretend anymore. I want to take you on a real date. No acting, just us. Silence stretches out. Seconds feel like hours. She doesn't say anything. I start to panic. If I misread this, I am sorry. I start to ramble. I can go stay at Marcus's place for a while until she cuts me off by stepping forward. She grabs the front of my shirt, pulls me down, and kisses me. It is not a stage kiss. It is desperate and real and terrifyingly good. I wrap my arms around her waist and lift her up slightly. She wraps her arms around my neck. We stand there in the kitchen for a long time. The risotto is probably overcooking. I don't care. She pulls back, breathless. Took you long enough, she whispers. I thought I was going crazy. I thought you were just a really dedicated method actor, she laughs. Tears are in her eyes. I was so scared, Julian. I thought I ruined our friendship. You didn't, I say. You just upgraded it. We eat the risotto. It is a bit mushy, but it tastes amazing. We talk for hours, real talk. About how we were both terrified during the week, about the moment at the restaurant, about the night with the wine. So, she says, twirling her wine glass, does this mean I have to tell my parents I lied? I laugh. No, technically you didn't lie. You were just predicting the future. She grins. I like that. Predicting the future. Things move fast after that. Because we already lived together, we skipped the awkward early dating phase. We already knew each other's habits, we just added the romance. We officially started dating that night. 6 months later, we are still living together, still in the same apartment, but now we share the big bedroom. The second bedroom is my home office. We visit her parents again for Thanksgiving. We don't have to study a cheat sheet. We don't have to pretend. When Linda asks how we are doing, I squeeze Alina's hand. We are doing great, I say, and this time it is the absolute truth. Sometimes the best things in life happen by accident. Sometimes you just need a little push or a panic-induced lie to your parents. Either way, I am the luckiest guy in the world. Looking at her right now across the room, she is working on her laptop. She looks up and catches me staring, smiles that smile that knocks the wind out of me. What? She mouths. Nothing, I say. Just love you too, babe. She goes back to typing. Life is good, be me. 27 years old male, architect, living with my girlfriend, happily ever after. End of story.